and welcome to How Good Is Your Memory, when I make you remember stuff from 3 weeks ago. Remember when I made this post? You do? Great. You don't? Oh well, you can still watch this video, it's fine, it's totally fine. It's basically, you suggest to me 3 words, I make a Pokemon out of it. It's simple, it's quick. It wasn't quick, it took me 3 weeks. I promised 2 weeks and it took me way too long, like everything I'm doing. But, you know, it is what it is. It's here, let's just enjoy. And, I don't know, here we go. And the first suggestion I actually drew was from Fernando. And it is sweet, it is soft, and it is psychedelic. With this design, the first thing I thought was actually sweet mushrooms, because I googled it and there are like mushrooms used for sweet dishes. For some reason I thought air humidifiers also. They are soft, I don't know if they're sweet, but I don't know, they just had like a mushroomy shape, so I thought, okay, let's do a mushroom that's also like an air humidifier, tiny guy. And I thought the entire idea about him is that, you know, I wanted to make it psychedelic, but I also wanted to make it PG, so it could be actually a Pokemon. I couldn't just make a bong. And yeah, it's just like a tiny kind of mushroom guy, mostly air humidifier guy. It's definitely very unique. I'm happy with the design. I wanted to like embellish it with a lot of like different, like it's very different. I don't know if that would be approved as a design, but here we are, and I think it's a pretty cool little guy. And this is Flycap, a fairy flying Pokemon, and this little guy modifies the humidity in the air to create various shapes and stuff, kind of like clowns and balloon animals. That's how I like to think about it. The steam they create always has like a distinct sweet smell with relaxing properties, but inhaling too much of it makes trainers and Pokemon see things that aren't really there. So what do you think, Fernando? Does this Pokemon meet the quota of sweetness, softness, and psychedelicness? They also have 2 color variants and I couldn't decide on which one to keep, so both of them are a thing now, so enjoy those. And the next one is from Honda Gaming. Honda Gaming. And it's dark, fairy and rat, which sounded cool, so this one. Fairy tales. Rats. What do they have in common? Well, I guess Pied Piper, because it's literally a fairy tale about a guy that's stealing rats and then stealing children. So I just wanted to make a Pied Piper Pokemon. I gave him a little feather representing like a hunter's hat, because that's what Pied Piper wore. And I wanted to give him a pipe nose, but pipes look very stupid as a nose. So I gave him an ocarina nose, because, you know, ocarinas are probably close enough as a musical instrument for stealing rats and children. It's probably also fine. And with his little rat tail, I wanted it to be actually souls of Pokemon he stole away, compiled in his tail, but that's a tiny bit too grim, so I actually scaled it down to just like a bag that he snatches Pokemon with. Pipesqueak, a dark fairy Pokemon. You better watch your Pokemon closely, because if Pipesqueak determines you don't care about your Pokemon partner, they will snatch it when you aren't looking. And I heard that they only give it back after a handsome price is paid. To be honest, nobody knows where Pokemon captured by him end up, but trust me, from what I've seen, everyone prefers retrieving them than finding out. In this town, the rats make all of the rules. And now... let's shoot this thing! Spiders. Snakes. Clowns. Honestly, it's an Iron Weasel reference and I just had to take it for this exact reason. I just had to. I just wanted to make it equal parts spiders, equal parts snakes, and equal part clowns. But actually keep it separate, not just like one hybrid animal, because it has to be spiders, snakes, clowns in this exact order. So I just made like a chimera type of spider, snake, clown. And that's it really, that's the entire concept, that's the entire idea. It's silly, but it's great. It didn't turn out silly at all, which is insane that from such a silly concept it actually turned out to be a very cool Pokemon. Nightmare. A pure dark mythical beast, a fabled monster you can only spot on the darkest night, and only a handful of trainers ever did. If you're brave or stupid enough to seek out a fight with a Nightmare, be ready to fight your deepest fears. And if by some miracle you catch it, well, it's safe to say that no spectral boogeyman will ever mess with you again. Nightmare is the indisputable ruler of all things terrifying, and no ghost even dares to pick a fight with a nightmare personified. Are you brave enough to try? Another one. It's a suggestion from Raptoria, and it's Wildflower Mimicry, which is cool, although I hate mimics. Shout out to mimics in Dark Souls 3 that are insanely annoying to fight, and I don't even know why. Like, bosses are less annoying than fucking mimics. I know how to differentiate them. I know the difference between a chest mimic and a non-chest mimic, but they're long-legged, annoying fucks with very annoying laughs, so I don't vibe with them. However, Raptoria's comment is very cool and it's unrelated to my mimic rant, okay? Thankfully, no more serpents that are also spiders that are also clowns. Now we have just spiders, so I feel sorry for arachnophobes watching this, but it's another spider design, because spiders are a bug, and also there are actual spiders in nature that dress up as flowers to kill other bugs, so you can thank nature, basically. It's not my fault, it's entirely on God. So, if I was living in a Pokemon world as a bug, I would like to eat Koba berries, because Koba berries reduce flying type damage. And you know, if I was a spider that wants to eat other bugs, I would look like a Koba berry bush. So I can eat the bugs that don't want to get eaten by the birds. The circle of life. So this is just a spider guy that looks exactly like the Koba berry plant and lures other buggies that want to munch on Koba berries into their demise. Fokoba. A completely harmless and friendly fella. Well, unless you're a tasty bug. In the wild, Fokoba pose as Koba berry plants to lure other bug types that are smaller than them. So if you catch one, you really shouldn't expect your partner Fokoba to play nice with other small Pokemon on your team. If you shower them with affection and food, they're great partners. Though their grass and bug typing should make Fokobas very vulnerable to flying foes, the look and smell of Koba berries is actually enough to keep flying type Pokemon at a distance. And now, the person that actually got the dibs on this post, because that was the first comment I received under it, it's a cotton fail of me not being able to read it correctly. It's a Cottontail Nightfang, and it's Space, Deep Sea, and Glow. Deep Sea is technically not one word, but I get what you're saying, and technically could be said in one word, so I accept that as 3 words. Thank you for having the dibs and commenting first. It's a squid, starship, it's a squid, that's a starship. I wanted her to be a star because it's a starship, but ultimately it was hard to draw, so it's a different starship. It's glowing because it's a starship, and it's a squid, and it's from deep sea because it's a squid, and it's a starship. That's it. That's it, really. It's a very simple idea. I don't have to explain it many times. Squidnik. You can only spot them after meteor showers when they actually hit the ground, but mostly they just float in outer space. On a few occasions that they were actually spotted in the wild, they were seen forming unique bonds with LGMs. I think something about them makes them feel more at home. Where did they come from? Where did they go? Where did they come from? Nobody knows, because it's a space squid, and they vibe in space and not many people are in space. And unfortunately, Squidnik was our last suggestion, but not our last Pokemon, because I also made, but didn't record, but also made and I wanted to share Betamon as a Pokemon, because it's a Digimon, but it's my mascot and I'm a Pokemon channel, so here we are! It's him, it's basically Spheal. I basically ripped off Spheal, but I made it into a Betamon, and now it just felt appropriate to have, you know, a more Pokemon-y mascot if I'm solely a Pokemon channel and there's like not a single Digimon in my content, but my mascot is a Digimon. So here we are! And this is the end of the video. The video is over now. Thank you for all the suggestions. If this gets like an okay number of views, I will probably make it again, and I will make a community post again. Also, if you want to give me money, here is stuff for my money, because I'm broke and YouTube doesn't pay me. Oh yeah. Okay, this is the end. Thank you. Bye.